Hi, morning traders. Welcome to another session of Market Snapshot. This is Robert, and today we are going to be looking at the opportunities in the dollar. Fed Chair Powell has been testifying, and so my colleague covered that yesterday. And so we'll be looking at the technicals more to have a better understanding of what the market will be giving us. Not so much economic news playing out today. So as you can see, there's only one rainfall at 5 p.m. and that's the Fed Chair Powell. And there isn't much to that. So volatility will be there in the market. But then it all depends once again on what he says. So tomorrow is when probably we could see a lot of this Fed Chair Powell also testifying. Maybe tomorrow is when we'll see some NZD moves courtesy of the rate statement. Sorry, and so today and only Thursday, that's when you have CPI, right? And then core PPI. So not so much activity playing out this week. So I tend to believe that a lot of this week will be technicals. It will be technicals playing the show. And so let's go directly to our charts and get to figure out what opportunities have on the different asset classes. So if you have any questions, please engage me. I'll be more than glad to answer them towards the end. So once you've gone through your economic calendar as a trader, you need to come now to your charts. Remember, ideally, we normally say every day when you wake up, have a look at that economic calendar so that you're not caught flat-footed, because there are news that will play out that could affect your trade. So if we go to higher time frames, so I want to remove everything here. So let's look at higher time frames. We can see it's almost like USD CHF is looking at a bullish push on weekly. What about the daily? The daily seems to be also a bullish push. Let's go to H4. Remember, we go through time frames to have a clear understanding of what's happening. H4, we have some kind of resistance on the moving average. That's the 200 and the 50 EMA. Is that enough? I don't think so. So on H4, I will want to map out this area over here. 89.95. I've identified this order block as a potential area where we could probably look for opportunities. If we go to H1, yeah, so ideally we have that area that could hold that order block that we've mapped out. If we go to lower time frames to seek entries, yeah, so if I were to take trades on USD CHF, I'll be looking for a test of this order block at 0.8995. So this will be the analysis. I'll be looking for a bullish push. And then once we get there, we could see some bears coming in. I just want to share intraday positions. I want to look at intraday positions first. So I would want to see an area where I will book my profits, and ideally, I would probably be mapping out this price level over here. Yeah. not so much when it comes to USD CHF. There seems to be not so much market moves. But yeah, I would want to see maybe a push down there. So if we go to H1, I would want now to see, once price gets here, then maybe we can see a bearish push and maybe another bearish push. At least that would be something I would want to see on USD CHF. If it made that move, then it would be a really good setup on it. Remember, this is just an analysis. However, the actual setup, you need to wait for confirmations. We would want to see what happens when price hits 89.95, right? We'll want to see how price reacts, because there'll be a reaction when price gets there. And that is the reaction that as a trader we normally seek to better gauge whether that trade will play out. And here you're looking at confluences, here you're looking at, is that resistance strong? Here you're looking at reversal candlesticks that will signal that the market is about to take a downward push. So here you're looking at bearish engulfing, you're looking at a shooting star, you're looking at an evening star. So if that plays out, then there's a high chance that you could be looking for sell opportunities on USD CHF. Let's go to GBP USD. And so we'll just have to remove everything that we have. With Powell testifying, we really, we've seen that meme where anytime Powell is about to say good afternoon or good morning, the market makes a move. So those are possibilities that you should always be ready for. And that's where, like, risk management, guys, risk management will keep you in this business. If we go to GU, let's go to higher time frames. Higher time frames, we can see that bullish push to the yearly high. And so let's go to the weekly. So the yearly high is this price level. Yearly high refers to the highest price in the year. It's supposed to be 28.93, right? So let's go to the daily. Daily, there's also another area that we could be looking at, and that is last month's high, the high of June, which is what I'm about to map. That one, that's also an area we should be interested in. So that's H4. What about H1? Okay, so let's try and seek opportunities on lower time frames. So I would want to see maybe a bearish push on GU. I would want to see a bearish push. If GU was to test, maybe this high before dropping, it would be interesting to see how that would play out. What's the high? The Asian high. So the Asian high, this is the high I'm referring to. The Asian high refers to the highest price during the Asian session, right? And so this is the highest price during Asian session. And so this is a possible area where you could be looking for opportunities, and it's an area of resistance. So if we go to this trade, I would want to remember I'm here. I'm looking at the moving averages as an area where I would book my profits. So maybe on this moving average over here. So ideally, the play that I would be interested to see on GU would probably be this: a push to 28.15 and then drop to 27.41 or thereabout. Yeah. So if I were to see that, then it will give me some reason to enter sell on GU. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at on GU. A bullish push to the Asian high and then a bearish drop. Yeah. That's GBP USD. And then we also have Euro USD. What do we have on Euro USD? Let's get rid of this. So we once again go to higher time frames, get to see what Euro USD is doing. Now clear buyers. So from the weekly, it seems like we're still bullish from higher time frames. What about lower time frames? Yeah. So in lower time frames, it seems like we are bearish, especially on H4. So just like GU, it seems like we should be looking for opportunities to go short, right? And which are the areas where we could be looking for opportunities to book your profits? Yeah, that one. So if we go to M15, lower time frames help you with identifying good entries. Good entries will be good for you because they help with reducing drawdown, especially for guys who are starting out. They're afraid of having those losses. So a good entry will help you that. But remember, in trading, just like any other business, losses are just part of it. It's all about mitigating your risks. Like, don't blow your account, basically. That's what I have on Euro USD. I'm looking for that bearish push to 1.0783 or even 1.0775. Okay, let's look at Bitcoin. I've been looking at Bitcoin. Guys, look at Bitcoin. If you look at my analysis from, I think, a month ago, or is it 2 months ago, I've been waiting for Bitcoin at 51.74.3. Look at it. It's about to get there. So I've been saying that I had 2 areas that mapped out as areas of support. This was the first part that I mapped out, and when the market hit there, we could see that bullish move. But I said I'm not falling for this. So the next time the market came back to our area of support, which was from the weekly, and the buyer stepped in. But then I just, like, if you look at this video from last week on Tuesday, I didn't fall for this move. I have been waiting for Bitcoin at 51.743. If it gets there, then guys, I'm so buying Bitcoin. But until then, I'm sitting on my hands. I'm patient for the setup to play out. Remember, there's something that we as traders need to understand, that you shouldn't be trading every time, guys. Only trade when you've seen that opportunity that lines up with your conferences, that lines up with your trading plan. If your trading plan, like for example, my trading plan tells me I need to buy, I will only buy Bitcoin once it gets to 51.743. And when it gets here, I'll also refer back to my trading plan. And it will give me, I need to look at the candlesticks that will present themselves to validate that that area is a strong support area. But until then, I'm sitting on my hands. So once again, 51743 is my area of interest on BTC. UT100, oh my goodness, UT100 has been hitting higher highs, like not. I expect the US elections will do something. I don't know what it's supposed to do, but I anticipate at least a bearish push before the continuation of this bullish push. You know, this bullish push has been on steroids, for lack of a better word. Yeah? We're still looking for opportunities. Stocks are doing pretty well. And so the trend is still bullish. We can see this bullish push has been on and on and on. And so, guys, if I were to look for opportunities on UT100, Nasdaq, any downward push will be an opportunity for me to buy UT100. At least that's what I see from my end. Yeah, any bearish push is an opportunity for me to buy this particular asset at a cheap price. So let's go to H1. At least, at least I would want to see Nasdaq maybe move to this moving average over here. If not, then this other block over here. Yeah, and then the continuation of a bullish push. So I would really want to see these before continuation of the bullish move. And that's at least what I see on Nasdaq. Okay, let's look at Audi USD. The sluggish Audi USD, the bullish play played out, but then again, we need to map it out afresh. So go to higher time frames. Okay, go to the weekly. From the weekly and the monthly, we're still looking for opportunities to buy. Remember, I've said this for quite some time. Audi USD is a buy long term. But then I'm looking for intraday spots. So on my intraday, I would really want to see maybe a test of last month's high. Yeah, something of the sort. H4. Seems like it coincides with the moving average, right? So I would want to see a bullish push. A bullish push and then a bearish one on Audi USD. So I'm bearish up until what we've seen is last month's high, which will now be acting as an area of support. At least that's what I can see on my end on Audi USD. So that's it. That's it on Audi USD. Looking for that sell opportunity. And then gold. So much noise here. These are areas that are mapped out. So let's remove everything. So we look at the weekly. From the weekly, it seems like we're looking for sells. But ideally, we need to identify that gold is a safe haven asset. That means when there's turmoil in the world, investors rush to buy gold. So you want to be really careful when you're trading gold. And I know most of us love gold, but you'll all agree with me, gold doesn't play nice, for lack of a better one. So you really need to understand why is it that we get to see some moves on gold. And it's because of its safe haven status that any news that that investors will translate to say that, hey, there's some instability somewhere, guys will go all in, will buy gold, there'll be a demand for gold. So just like all the other pairs, I'm looking for opportunities to sell gold. So it's a sell for me on this one. So any bullish push on gold. So let's say if gold was to make a bullish push, right? If I would want to see a test of that before a drop. That's what I have on gold. Silver. So silver came to our area of support. Remember this yellow line is an area we had mapped out. I think that was 3 weeks ago. And we can see how this market came to that area and buyer stepped in. Yeah. So silver is bullish. We want at least silver to come to this high, which I believe is the high of the year. Yeah. Yeah, long term, that's at least what I can see on silver. We need to see that bullish push to that 2.52. That's long term, yeah? Because this area was a strong area of support. And so, actually, that is what should be. USD JPY. Let's go to higher time frames. Daily. So we had mapped out an area, 161.74, and if you look at this analysis, I think it was from last Tuesday. I was looking for opportunities to sell USD JPY once it hits 161.74. We can see price went to that 161.74 and Bayer stepped in as anticipated. So this was the analysis. So you can see a bit of drawdown here, but then again, this market came back, went to script as per that analysis on USD JPY. So let's try and seek opportunities. So ideally, we should be looking for opportunities to buy USD JPY. Yeah, we should be looking for opportunities to buy USD JPY to that high. Yeah, to this price level. So because if this candle closes in a hammer, then it will be interesting. Huh? We should. Okay. What's that? We should probably see that 100 pips push to the upside. That's USD JPY. USD CAD. USD CAD, we are looking for opportunities for it to hit 1.763 and then drop. That didn't happen, but then that bearish push played out. And so if we go to higher time frames, what is the market saying? I would want to see. Okay, let's first remove this previous analysis. So I would want to see a test of that moving average, maybe. That's an area I would be interested to see how USD CAD reacts when it gets there. And if I were to add maybe that, so I'm bullish on this currency intraday. I would want to see that bullish push. Yeah, I would want to see that bullish push on USD CAD. CAD JPY, go to higher time frames. Maybe we should be looking for opportunities to go long. Yeah, maybe we should be looking for opportunities to go long. And then after that, maybe we should see short opportunities. Maybe a formation of a double top, and then we could see a drop. So if I were to map these out, maybe a test of this high, previous high, which I think is the yearly high, if I'm not wrong. Yes, it's the yearly high. So a test of that high will now give me probably an excuse to go short, but then again, it will be based on confirmations, right? So what I'm looking at on CAD JPY is a bullish push for that 84 pips. S&P 500, just like Nasdaq, we've been looking, so we had seen this thing play out as expected. So this is one of those times when technicals flop really well, especially when it comes to indices. So the market also has been hitting higher highs, so that shouldn't stop. We should be looking for more buy opportunities on S&P 500. Yeah, that's it. Not unless, of course, there are questions. Maybe I can have a look at some of your questions and see what you guys have for us. Kingsprint, no one can really pressure the Fed, in all honesty. They operate on data that's coming out, right? So they really need to look at the inflation. They really need to look at the jobs. They really need to look at the CPI, right? And that will better explain how to go about it. Could you explain how to buy Bitcoin? No. You can buy the CFDs on this platform. Once price maybe gets to where we've seen, maybe with other confirmations, you could be looking for opportunities to buy. Right? We've seen BTC. BTC is presenting a case where we could be looking for opportunities. Fed is supposed to cut rates, but then there's this discussion, and this is where now Powell is testifying. We expect him, maybe by end of tomorrow, he'll give a conclusive answer to this on what the Fed is saying. But yeah, cut rates are still there. But this year is quite interesting, guys, because of the elections, what we have in November, the US elections. And we've seen, guys, I'm sure you've been following what's happening in the US Democrats. They are pressuring Biden to step down because of his age and his antics every time he's in the public space. Doesn't portray the president, according to them, it seems like he doesn't portray the president of the world's biggest power. So there's a whole lot of things in play that could affect the markets moving forward. Then again, our work is to project and then make sure that you have risk management on it. Hey, any analysis on USD I'm bullish on it. I think I'm also bullish, but then again, that's my two piece. I've done that. Maybe if we look at that, yeah, I was looking for opportunities to buy to 89.95. Yeah, to 89.95. Yeah, we could see that bullish push play out. Any other question, Chris G? I think yeah, that's a bullish push. I'm also on USDCHF. There seems to be no other question. If there is, let me see. Let me see if there is any other question. Okay. No other questions. Thanks. Thank you, Chris. So thank you for your time, guys. Hello, J Sport TV. Hi, Matthew. Hi, Paroti. I hope we've had a session. Let's see. Our work is to make sure that you have confirmations before you take those buy or sell trades, right? Yeah. At least that's the ideal way. Okay. Bye bye. See you next Tuesday. And have a peaceful week.